readers, we have been talking about what readers are. We know that readers are word solvers. They use strategies like Stretchy Snake and Chunky Monkey to figure out and solve the words that they don't know in text. We also know that readers are meaning detectives. The whole point of reading is to understand what we're reading. So meaning detectives think by asking and answering their own questions as they read. We also know that readers are actresses and actors. So when they read, they make their voices sound interesting and excited when the characters are excited, or sad when the characters are sad. Their voice changes as they read. And finally, we know that readers are writers and researchers. They read to do something with that information. Today, we are going to focus on how readers are actors and actresses. Sometimes we read in our head, but sometimes as readers we read out loud, and it's very important that we can do both. When we are reading out loud, it's important that our voices sound like the characters in the story. So readers are actresses or actors. They sound like the characters in stories. But Mrs. Norton, what if it's a nonfiction book? Great question. They sound like the characters in stories, or if it's nonfiction, they sound like the teacher who is teaching the information in the book. Let me show you. In one of the books in my book box that I've been reading this week, Acorns Everywhere, the main character, Squirrel, is pretty nervous and scared. So when I am being Squirrel, I make my voice sound nervous. I must hide them. Gather. Dig. Bury. Gather, dig, bury. Gather, dig, bury. Readers, did you notice how I was acting the part of Squirrel? So he was digging and gathering and digging and gathering, but then did you see that question mark at the end? Bury? When he saw the bear. So I made sure that my voice was acting like Squirrel's voice would as I was reading the story. Let me grab a nonfiction book from my book box and show you how it sounds with nonfiction. So this is my manatees book, and I'm on this page right now. I'm learning about how what manatees eat. So I finished up this page and I'm on this one. So notice how I read like a teacher. Manatees have no front teeth. They don't need them because they don't eat meat. Did you notice how I read with a teaching voice? How I was excited about what I was teaching my students? Let me show you what it sounds like when a reader does not act. Gather, dig, bury. Manatees have no front teeth. They don't need them because they don't eat. Phew. Oh, sorry. That was so boring. I fell asleep. Do you see the difference, readers? Readers are actresses and actors. They make sure that when they're reading out loud, their voice sounds like the character if they're reading fiction, and if they're reading nonfiction, then it sounds like a teacher, because nobody wants to listen to somebody read like this in a robot voice, not stopping for punctuation, reading too slowly. We want to read like actors and actresses. And sometimes that means rereading to smooth out our voice. So readers, today, when you are reading, make sure that you read like an actress or an actor, because that's what readers are. Happy reading.